Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It is time for an episode of Honest Hour. Tonight, my guest is the one and only Trayshawn Williams, also known as Trigger. He is already in the room. Nothing's better than timely. So we're going to get him right in here. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, bro, what's up? Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I appreciate you coming on, taking time out of your busy schedule. Um, it's been a long time since we've connected,
Absolutely.
but I've been watching. That's for sure. So congratulations on all the success and everything you've been doing.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it, son. You heard?
So I'm just glad that you were able to come on. I've been try to get a variation of guests and different things, and this one, this one, this one I was looking very forward to when you said you would do it.
Right.
But how you been, man? How's the family? How's?
I've been good, man. You know what I'm saying? I recently just lost my godmother, so I'm dealing with it. But
I,
you know what I'm saying? Other than that, everything's good, bro. I'm blessed for the most part.
yeah, I seen that. My condolences. She
Thank you,
was,
bro.
yeah, we were Facebook friends. Really sweet woman. Really sweet woman.
Yes, she
You
was,
know,
man. Yes, she was.
you know, but you know what? Everything you're doing, I'm sure she was proud of you, and you're only gonna make her more proud.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna do my best, man. I'm gonna do my best.
Well, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna get right into it.
Let's get it.
So, obviously, as you know, I sent you the picture not too long ago. We played Little League together years ago. You know, you're
Yeah. I tell everybody I was a baseball player. They look like they give me that look like they don't really believe it.
like like what you mean you was a baseball
Right,
player.
right,
You
right.
know, your uncle coached us along with my father.
Yup.
JR was on the team. We definitely we won a championship together, You know,
Right,
my dad to this day still is proud that was an all black and Hispanic team.
right. And we got busy. We won first place and championship.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. So obviously, then you were originally from Newburgh. What
Right.
was your experience like in Newburgh?
Oh man, rough, bro, rough. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ended up starting hanging out with the wrong crowd. I was getting, you know what I'm saying? Typical inner city stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, growing up wasn't the hard part for me. It was the more or less trying to stay out of trouble. I couldn't. It's like trouble found me, man. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I mean, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. I ended up getting stabbed when I was like 17 or 18 for real. Believe it or not. We
Wow.
don't. Yeah. And that's crazy thing is the people I used to go to elementary school with, they thought I was dead because remember my last name used to be Johnson. I'm not sure if you remember. And
Yeah.
I had a name change a while back, you know what I'm saying? So they really, after that incident, they thought that they didn't know what happened with me. Kind of fell off the face
Wow.
of the earth.
So they was just like, oh, you was gone, and then you were like, they probably felt you like were reincarnated at that point.
Yeah, I came back boxing, you know what I'm saying? Well, my wife was like 9 months pregnant when I got stabbed actually. So, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of had to revamp my life somewhat, and I started taking boxing a little bit more serious. You know what I mean? So I kind of fell off the face of the earth, trying to lock in.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So was that the thing that made you want to take boxing more seriously? Is that you kind of felt like oh man, time's limited.
Mm-mm. Not really. It was me about to be a father, so you know what I'm saying. I was like really wanted to just be a good role model. You know what I'm saying. I'm like, if anything gonna make me do it, take it serious. Man, I should do it. I should do it for him. You know what I'm saying. And that was it.
Absolutely. So growing up, what were the hobbies and the interests? And where did boxing come into play for you?
Hobbies, man. It wasn't really too many. I used to remember play baseball, play Pop Warner a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until the day me and my brother was on the bus talking junk on the wrong bus to somebody out the window on William Street. And so come to find out we was on the wrong bus, so they kicked us off the bus. We ended up getting chased all the way down William down to where the boxing club was, and we hopped
Yeah.
over the fence and ran in there. Once I went in there, it was like, you know what I'm saying? I just like I never left, man. You know what I'm saying? It was it.
Oh, man. So you it kind of was like on accident. Like,
Yeah, fate, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I went there and it was a boxing gym, and the coach was already scary. Like his voice, he was from the Bronx, so his little accent was just like aggressive. Way he was like, yo, trying to get us to come from out from behind the ring. I'm like, nah, we ain't going out there. So he went out there and diffused the situation or whatever. And then so he started talking to us and said we can come back, being, you know what I'm saying, because he knew that it wasn't the last of me getting in the middle of some stuff. And it's like
okay.
once I went there, no matter how much I love baseball, once I started boxing, I fell in love with it. You know?
Oh, so you just knew what it was to be.
Yeah. Right.
So now, like, boxing's a different sport.
Yeah.
Um, it's very methodical, and it's very very mental, on top of obviously the physicality. So what types of, like, when you're starting, like you said, obviously you train, but when you're starting up, what kind of training is required?
The
Like,
crazy thing is that my whole first half of my career, man, I was just learning on the job, bro. I didn't have nobody tell me that the nutrition was a factor. You know what I'm saying? And like that, the scientific part about it is a very key point. You know what I'm saying? So, and no one told me that. So it was like, and then I was just jumped off the porch more or less like, I want to fight the best. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? When it comes to find out, they take the easiest. You're supposed to take the easiest fight for the most amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because once your career is done, these promoters and stuff and fans are just on to the next best thing. So get yours and get out, man. And I didn't understand that until, you know what I'm saying, until I started learning more and more. Because I was taking tough fights because of my financial position. Back then I was a father. My wife made me quit my job so that way she could take two jobs so that way I can do the training.
right,
And you know what I'm saying? So that pressure alone made me I was taking stupid fights early on that 1 week notice, you know what I'm saying, and then getting stuck up in people's hometown. But I put myself in that situation, you know. And now it's like the stuff that I know now, I'm like, dang, I don't even. We were just acting like, how the hell was I even competing at that level? Because like take like $10,000 or $11,000 just for training expenses alone, man. So that, so imagine, I'm like, yo, I didn't have none of that going in the beginning. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I was just going off of pure hunger of wanting to get out. You know what I'm saying? Of wanting to get out of our situation and the will. You know what I'm saying? In my youth, as you can see, I'm
Right.
getting older now, but I'm definitely getting smarter. I'm getting better.
Okay, okay, okay. And that's definitely a key, is knowing what to do, and sometimes having the right people in your corner to kind of gear you in the right direction.
Bro, absolutely, man. That's why my son is wants to be a pro boxer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready for his career. I'm like, 'cause I know with my knowledge now, he's gonna be
Hmm.
10 times better and go 10 times farther than I ever did. And I can't, and I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I went through all the worst part of it, so that way he doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, don't worry. We're gonna talk about your podcast with him, and we're gonna get into him as well.
Right, right.
Because I did watch an episode of your show, and I definitely, for someone like me, I haven't really, like, boxing hasn't been the same, and that's in here too to get your opinion, but it's just kind of just like it ain't been the same.
Right.
So, and I do a sports podcast on Mondays, so I've been trying to get back into it. So
Right.
you having that platform, what better way to get back into it by having someone I know supporting what they do, and
Right.
learning relearning, getting that grasp at the same time,
Right. Right. Right.
you know. So right, so like right now, there's really, you're considered, you consider a professional boxer then?
Yeah, I am a professional. I'm ranked number 12 or 13 in the world now. I was number
Woo.
10 at one point,
Okay.
but the inactivity, you know what I'm saying, kind of got me bumped back down. But I'll be back up there this year.
Okay. And when you those rankings, right? You're number 12, and those rankings. What do those rankings be, or what are they based off of? Wins and losses.
No, just it depends. You know what I'm saying? You figure like the titles that I have now, those are like interim titles for the like the WBA. Those are like the minor titles right under the world titles.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? So those help you get ranked. You know what I'm saying? These lower belts help you get put in the top 10, top 15, and then you work your way up there. That just goes off of the opposition you beat. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. You if in the rankings, let's say if I'm number 10 and I beat a couple of decent guys from that ranking, I'll go above them. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's how that works. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're a professional because, like I said, I'm relearning this stuff. So,
Right.
what was it like? What was your first fight like as an amateur? And what was the transition from an amateur to a professional, from an amateur background to the professional background like?
My first four amateur fights I lost because and I was like I thought I was cursed. I'm like, yo, maybe I'm just not gonna win. It's just like I wasn't getting the wins, you know what I'm saying? But I was younger at the time, like 10, 11. And then, you know what I'm saying, I started training, but then I started falling into the streets at the same time. So I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I mean I was like beating a lesser competition, but when I go to the tournaments I would lose. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not prepared, and these guys were 100% focused. And it
Yeah.
wasn't until I had a stablemate, Orlando Luis Del Valle, the Puerto Rican guy, real good guy, and he was like telling my coach, "Yo, maybe you should turn him pro." Like, I was young, typical 19, so he was like, maybe he'll you know what I'm saying, he'll put more dedication in, more focus, he'll get serious if you know what I'm saying, if he knows that he turned pro, and that was the highlight right there because it was true. I didn't want to look bad. My first pro fight was in the Civic Center in Poughkeepsie. So that's like
Okay.
right across the water.
Right.
Man, we sold that arena out, man. And my pro debut, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to lose in front of my hometown, man. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying? I was just like, I was training sun up to sundown, sun up to sundown. Man, listen, I fought a guy, had 5 fights at the time. That was my first fight. And I was scared. Like, once I got to the arena, I was terrified, bro. It's a difference between being nervous and then being scared. Man, I was scared because I'm like, you know what, son? I don't want to do this. I'm like, I don't want to get embarrassed. I'm telling my
Right.
coach, take these gloves off. That's it. And a fight that was right before me, he won by knockout like the third round, but he came back with his face all swelled up, and cut up. I'm like, oh, and you
No.
one dude.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I'm like, you one dude. I'm like, oh hell no. So there's no way around it in my mind. And then right before they called the first guy, that got my opponent out, he came out first. He was hitting the pads by my locker room, and it sounded like a gun was going off. Oh, it was like, I'm not joking, bro. I was scared, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then he right before he walked out, like when they started playing his music, he was like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you better be. And I was like, damn, son. So he went out, and then when they announced me, I seen the people pulling the curtains back trying to see me, and then I see my son down there. I'm like, it's gotta happen, bro. It's going down right now.
Wow.
I knocked him out in 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
Look it up. It's public records, man. Listen, my people that was there in the stand standing up when they announced me, by the time they sat down, I was up on the rope with my hand up.
Wow.
Yep, seriously,
Wow.
I kid you not.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro. And then it was like, I've just been knocking people out for my first couple fights. I was knocking everybody out. And then it was just like, I'm starting to think, though, man, people they paying people or something. Something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? My second pro fight, I knocked out Jason Sosa, who ended up going on to be a world champion. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, damn, somebody paying these dudes to just lay down until I got clipped. Then I knew it was real.
And you knew you felt it. You felt it in that moment because listen, gloves or not, it hurts.
Oh yeah, them gloves is like genuine leather, man. Like just when they graze you, it's like a razor.
Yeah, like you like whoa. So there's one thing that I like, a couple that's just boxing science questions that I have. Now, when they were talking about this Tyson Jake Paul fight, okay, they were talking about the ounces of